Trotter joins me today.
People are going to freak out when they hear this.
They are absolutely going to freak out.
What?
The Bengals,
no.
after getting their asses absolutely smacked the last couple weeks without Joe Burrow, are trading for the other Joe Cool.
Oh, no.
What?
Joe Flacco.
If you want to react to the fact that Joe Flacco was traded to the Bengals.
You traded Kenny Pickett, now you've traded Joe Flacco. And you have the two rookies.
Sure glad we had that competition.
And you're 1-4. What's it scream, Andy? Screams you're taking a quarterback next year.
For sure.
Go.
Do either one of you guys think that Shedeur Sanders is your backup quarterback next year?
No.
I could say maybe. I think Dylan Gabriel's your backup quarterback next year.
I do too.
And I think Shedeur remains on the roster because he's cheap. And you need cheap players.
There's no way. He's going to yell and scream to get out of here at that point.
So, here we are, again, with yet another. Greetings from the channel again. We also have a trade to share.
Browns, you know what that means? Riz's got to be fired up. Shedeur Sanders.
That's exactly where I was going to go. They are now with Dylan Gabriel as the starter. Shedeur is going to be the backup by default at this point in time.
And if you had told me a few weeks ago that a quarterback would be traded, I would have assumed it would be Shedeur Sanders. And I should have known better than to believe that the Cincinnati Bengals would have been the ideal fit for Shedeur Sanders. The offer was too good to be true. It would have been an issue if you had paired Shedeur Sanders with Jamar Chase in that offense.
Who on this list do you feel like has been the most influential to you as a quarterback?
Joe Burrow. I haven't talked to him or anything like that, but I'm just saying from afar, like in his year, the year that he had in college, like I like what he was able to do. Because there's not nothing glamoring, about Joe Burrow besides he gets everything done. Like the physical attributes is not like, and I don't want to sound like I'm hating because that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is he just developed a work habit and work ethic that anybody can develop. So he's realistic. Versus like a Lamar Jackson, it's like, bro, you know how hard it is to do. Like, what I could try whatever I want to try. I could do all these workouts and I could never be Lamar Jackson. You know what I mean? Because he's special. He has his own category. Joe Burrow is more relatable to me because he wins with his mind. That's what Joe Burrow, Tom Brady, like. A lot of those guys are able to be a little bit more relatable to me personally because they're able to, we all have similar attributes.
I should have known, but it would have been a great substitute for Joe Burrow. The offer seemed too good to be true. What then did the Cleveland Browns accomplish? Joe Flacco was traded. To make things worse, you would have assumed that Shedeur Sanders would be Cleveland's number 2 quarterback. However, that isn't true. In Cleveland, folks are not saying that.
Guys, it blew my mind to see that. I had no idea that the Browns would even consider it. But the one thing that really jumps to my mind is, does this mean that they might let Deshaun Watson and might make him active going forward? Because who's going to be the backup? I'm not sure if it's going to be Zappy if they move up Shedeur. But for the first time, I start thinking we might see. Yeah, we might see. We just might
Watson.
see Deshaun Watson.
Does anybody want that, Emmett?
Oh, my God. Emmett, why?
Does anybody want to
Does
see
anybody want that?
Don't you want to
No
see
one
Shedeur?
does.
I don't think so.
Wouldn't you want to see Shedeur instead of Deshaun?
I'd rather see Bailey Zappi because you know what?
No, I don't know about that.
No. Obviously, I'm saying that in jest because I think even with Deshaun being as bad as he is, he's probably better than Bailey Zappi. But the issue is that I don't want Deshaun anywhere near this team.
I sold all.
Think about want to react to the fact that Joe Flacco was traded to the Bengals.
You traded Kenny Pickett, now you've traded Joe Flacco. And you have the two rookies.
Sure glad we had that competition.
And you're 1-4. What's it scream, Andy? Screams you're taking a quarterback next year.
For sure, it does. For sure. So let me ask you this. If you had to go out this week and Watson was healthy, give me your quarterback rotation. Give me...
Well, that's way too speculative.
Well, so what if it's speculative? That's what we do for a living.
He's not healthy.
If Watson was healthy today and could go play this week.
Gabriel, Zappy, Sanders, Watson. And it was a chasm before you hit Watson.
I would agree with that.
You're saying Gabriel, Zappy.
I agree.
Sanders.
Remember,
I don't know
Bailey
that I agree with
Zappi
that.
has started for this team.
I am not putting Shedeur Sanders in a game midway through it.
Nope, me neither.
If Shedeur Sanders is going to start for this team, he's going to get a full week of reps as the starting quarterback with a game plan built for Shedeur Sanders.
And if they think he's the guy and is good to go, great, put him on the field. Let's go.
Do either one of you guys think that Shedeur Sanders is your backup quarterback next year?
No.
I could say maybe. I think Dylan Gabriel's your backup quarterback next year.
I do too.
And I think Shedeur remains on the roster because he's cheap. And you need cheap players.
There's no way. He's going to yell and scream to get out of here at that point.
It was nearly a comfort to learn that Joe Flacco had been traded. It was similar to having one last quarterback to manage. Shedeur Sanders must now practice with select members of the first and second teams. Just in case something goes wrong, they need to start getting him ready like the starter. That isn't always the case. Cleveland is currently experiencing even more drama. However, please let me know how you all feel below. Peace and turmoil, as usual. Hey, hey, hey!